The NFL on EA Sports brings us to the banks of the Ohio River and Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Baltimore Ravens.
Randy Bullock to kick off for Cincinnati.
Here's Randy Bullock now to put toe to leather. And we are underway from Cincinnati. And that one into the end zone for an opening touchback. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. Three tight ends are out there. A collegiate star here in the Buckeye State, it's J.K. Dobbins. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
They have three tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw it for a loss.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. Jackson from the shotgun. He's got it to Ingram, complete. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
It's a gain of a yard.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly. And
trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. So we see it right here on the opening drive, throwing the football in these snowing conditions. It's going to be very, very tough. You wonder if they're going to rethink the aerial attack going forward.
It will be interesting, and it'll be a debate because most of the quarterbacks that we know, they believe they can throw through anything. They don't care if it's rain, snow, it doesn't matter as long as they get a chance to throw the football. And I think a lot of coaches think that in these conditions, let's throw it early before things get worse.
On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Tackle made at the 60.
Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. Coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
14-yard line.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. First down. Here's Burrow. Blitz coming And down he goes. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And Bullock will put this one through. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. Never ideal conditions in the snow for a kicker, but the first test on the opening drive, he passed it.
He certainly did. You know what the unit told me was their biggest issue playing in the snow? You just worry about something getting in your eye as the ball is snapped, and then you might miss it, and there goes 3 points off the board.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now.
It's a bit of a dangerous part of the field for them to break into their bag of tricks, but for a minute there, I thought it was going to set up perfectly for them. Instead, they don't get into the end zone, but they do pick up positive yardage.
Here's a run with Mixon. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Mixon trying to punch it in, and this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Defensively, they rally the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on 1st.
A 21-yard attempt.
Bullock's kick is good. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the first. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
Give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit. Like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that what you're throwing it to, or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
On 2nd and 15 now. Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
Their own 28-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Now, their 2 drives thus far both led to points, albeit both field goals, so the lead just 6-0, but the ability to move the ball is evident.
Well, that's, heartening, as they say, but it's not what they're about. What they're about is putting the ball in the end zone and putting 6s on the board. So if you're the offensive coordinator, you like what you're doing, but you don't love it. You've got to find a way to ring that bell. Then you can have a little self-satisfied grin. Right now, a little more determination is needed.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's a gain of 35.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards.
A 7-yard.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On 2nd down, here's Burrow. Incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And it's 3rd and short.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
A 3rd field goal of the 1st half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 10 yards there at a Bengal first. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. His throw caught at about the 5. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
1st down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Bengals add on to their lead.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
Brought down by Mackenzie Alexander. A 5-yard pickup on the play.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, while the two of us head for warmer areas of the press box, we'll be sending you to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A gain of 19 yards.
Jackson on first down. It's complete to Snead.
Jackson's pass.
That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
It's 2nd and inches at the Bengals.
Good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 2 yards, good enough for a first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Making the play defensively, Carl Lawson. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
2nd and 6.
Now a 2nd down and 6. From the gun, Jackson steps away to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
I'll tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Here's Sam Cook now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
He's going to air it out deep for Green. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off near the 32.
Burrow's pass intercepted by the Ravens. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
After the interception, here's Jackson. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Angler. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 42 yards out. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Not much has changed since we left you at halftime. The snow still continuing to fall as we are back underway. The Bengals drive about to get going. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Pernell McPhee, always a threat to find the QB, and he gets to him there.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
On second down, Burrow. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
It's a gain of 9. First down, Cincinnati.
3rd and inches, they just hand it to the big battering ram there. That's football 101, isn't it? That's bread and butter. Turn around and hand it to the big fella and let him get forward for a first down.
Now Burrow on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Patrick Queen coming in hard that time on the blitz, and he gets him down. It's a loss of 4. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Here's Burrow. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far and brings up 3rd down.
14.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And to the 49-yard line, but no further, and obviously he is well short of the first. A pretty good effort there, 9 yards, but not enough. We'll likely see the punt team now on 4th down. Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8-yard line.
Baltimore.
Brought down by the cornerback, William Jackson.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this second down call after that type of a gain.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. Operating from the gun. Jackson, flush to his right. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on, come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On 3rd down, Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Six yards left on 2nd down. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now the Bengals on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. A little 360. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 4th down. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line.
6-yard line.
And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. He's going to have the 1st down past the 20. And they will finally get him down to the 27-yard line. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
18 on the play. 1st down, Ravens.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson. Now they go screen. It's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Sean Williams. And he'll get this back across the midfield, striping down to the 47-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. 20! And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, his second touchdown of the night. And thanks to the interception, the Bengals offense cashes in with 6. And the lead opens up now to 22 points.
Makes the score Bengals 22. Ravens.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And this one will not be handled. It's into the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
1-yard gain.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Jackson. This one complete to Ingram. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
On 3rd down, Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
1st down, Ravens.
His throw incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target. And it's 2nd down.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Flushed out right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Carlos Dunlap bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. From the gun, Jackson buying time to his left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. Here we go, it's Jackson on 4th down. Escaping the pressure right. He's got his man, it's Andrews. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And the kick is good, so they avoid the shutout, but still a tough one to swallow here. They only post 3 points, and this game is over. Well, this one provided some good drama down to the very end. That last kickoff return, for a moment thought he might break it, but in the end, they get the tackle and stop the drama.
You were starting to have more fun, weren't you?
Well, I was starting to stand up.
Yeah, you were into that one. Who knew? We thought maybe they might get that miracle finish that they were looking for. Didn't quite get it done.